To some she is LeBlanc, to others the Pale Lady. Her name is not really known, but we know she uses her magic mirror to appear to anyone, anywhere, and even be in many places at once. She is terrified of Mordekaiser, she is the puppet master of Noxus, and her current enemy is Swain the Emperor. Let's find out why. More than 1,000 years ago, LeBlanc was a member of these mages under the Iron Revenant, aka Mordekaiser. Mordekaiser was powerful and LeBlanc hated this, so she teamed up with the Noxus tribes and their god Vladimir to bring him down. This alliance is important, as it's what was needed to invade the Immortal Bastion, the place where Mordekaiser stays. After the invasion, the alliance is able to seal Mordekaiser and seal his personal demon named Tibok, and another unnamed demon. After Vlad and LeBlanc's first successful mission, they formed a name for their alliance called the Black Rose. LeBlanc also used her magic to make majority of the population forget about Mordekaiser, hence present day Noxus, most people don't even know who Mordekaiser is. Over the centuries, others would join the Black Rose. This hidden organization were the puppet masters behind Noxus for more than 1,000 years. They created wars and many other ambitious campaigns, but the control is a lot less now. I'm gonna pause everything here and give context to the world. You can skip this part, it's for beginners who are new to the lore. Noxus and every other place I speak about is on a planet called Runeterra. Runeterra was created by the Celestials with runes years ago, hence the name. Noxus was not an existing country when LeBlanc was first alive, so Mordekaiser, LeBlanc's old master, ruled where old Noxus was. And Noxus was named after he was defeated. Therefore, the Black Rose has been around before Noxus was founded. Hence, they have been involved in all Noxus political decisions. I.e., Noxus has always had an emperor, but all of these emperors were heavily influenced by the wants and needs of the Black Rose. The Black Rose's true motives we don't really know. We don't even know LeBlanc's true motive, but we do know that they do not want Mordekaiser to come back. One of the recent candidates for the throne of Noxus was a man named Borum Darkwell. The Black Rose aided him to get emperor status, but once he became emperor, he began to ignore the Black Rose. LeBlanc did not like that at all, and one of her weird twisted plans was to manipulate a young nobleman into revealing the Black Rose. And yes, her methods are very weird, and as the country found out how evil the Black Rose was, there was a massive cleansing of all the members. Therefore, they were all beheaded. Even LeBlanc was beheaded, but only a clone of her died, so she is still alive and in hiding for the perfect moment. Years later, LeBlanc showed herself again to Darkwell, but he was old and paranoid about his death. Darkwell really wanted to find a way to be immortal and not die, so much so that LeBlanc convinces him that there is an artifact in Ionia and that will allow this to happen. The old fool Darkwell believes her and announces an invasion on Ionia from Noxus. So literally he was going to war for an artifact. But he didn't tell the population that. She even sent the nobleman, who she manipulated to reveal the Black Rose, to the war. And he ends up severely hurting his hand from the war and gets left as an outcast. During his fight in Noxus, he finds out the dark secrets of LeBlanc lying to Darkwell and how she runs the scenes in the background for Noxus. So when he returns to Noxus, he obtains the power of a demon named Reem. And this makes him strong as This nobleman was actually Swain, and Swain is able to then use the powers of Reem to dethrone Darkwell in one night and take over the throne himself. And Swain, spoiler, does not like the Black Rose, so much so that the first thing he does is form the Triforix, which is a three-way political system to run Noxus. His logic is that these three leaders of Noxus will only do what's best for the country and not their own greed, and if one member gets out of control, the other two can keep that one in check. Swain's kinda cool, and if you want a video on him, let me know in the comments. LeBlanc is now in a battle to either control Swain or remove Swain, but it won't be an easy task, and this is where the story ends. And a special segment I want to do is, how does LeBlanc relate to other champions? The first one is Elise, who LeBlanc took into the Black Rose since Elise was super cunning and ruthless. And in an attempt to prove her worth, Elise went to the Shadow Isles to find LeBlanc an artifact, but ends up getting turned into a spider by the Spider King called Vilemore. LeBlanc could have just killed Elise and ended their ties there, but instead she liked the fact that Elise can now freely travel to the Shadow Isles and use that as her benefit. And a more detailed video about Elise is in the description. Sion is the next person she's interacted with, and during the first Demacia Noxus war, LeBlanc was in charge of resurrecting the national hero of Noxus called Sion. But it fails, as when he is back he is uncontrollable and they just lock him inside a prison. LeBlanc also knows Veiga, who was in Mordekaiser's inner circle. She also uses Rel, like literally she is secretly training her to become a weapon she can use against Mordekaiser, and Riven's blade, That's not just any weapon, it was enchanted by LeBlanc. LeBlanc has had many interactions with many champions, and this is why I would consider her one of the most interesting lore about champions written in Runeterra. LeBlanc is very interesting. Her genuine motivation is unknown and very confusing as to what does she really want. We know she does not want Mordekaiser to come back, so is everything she is doing preparing for when he returns? Side note, I understand why she's scared of his return, because even when her and Vlad were a team, they could not beat him. They could only steal him away. And spoiler, Mordekaiser is not defeated, and from his lore we know he is in preparation of returning back to the real world. I also read some interesting theories that she is most bothered about power and status, and I'm not saying they are wrong, but whatever plan she has is long, man. And her goal is of course not in the short term, because she is over 1,000 years old. And does she want the immortal bastion for herself? Because if anyone can stop her from that, it's only Mordekaiser. I wonder what she wants to do with all of that power. Riot has so much potential with that. I'm interested in where they take her, Mordekaiser and Swain's lore next. Anyways, outro is this. Like and subscribe. It's late. I'm tired. Thank you. Love you. Bye.